Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode we continued Marie gone missing, having tracked her down with Shirley to her old abode, as the SSS learned that its new occupants had scared the cat away, leading to a shakedown by Shirley. We then followed our feline escapee, which managed to scare her into Arseille's building, leading to a meeting between Shirley and Risha, as the two managed to rescue a cat from a raising chandelier, before we reunited the Bond family once again. The SSS then took a quick breather within the annex before receiving an invitation to a meeting at the Crossbell airport, but first we've returned to St. Ursula Hospital. We've seen we have company. But it isn't the special support section. It's good to see you, your lordship. You too, Arios. So this is where you came after your visit with Shizuku? Yes, we were just saying hello to the doctor here. I wanted to take the opportunity to catch up with Salem now that she's been appointed here. Is that what you call this? Here I thought you were interrupting my work for a real reason. It's not as though you had to schedule this inspection now of all times. If you ask me, you would have been better served focusing completely on the trade conference. Shouldn't a guest of the state be a little more self-aware? You never were one to pull punches, were you, Salem? Grand Prince sure has a lot of connections, doesn't he? You're right, he and Dr. Salem must go way back from the sound of it. I'm surprised myself. I can't imagine talking like that to the head of a country. The doctor! What is it, Lytton? You're making a fuss. It's an emergency. One of the patients in the lobby just collapsed. He's completely unconscious. Oh, that's not good. Bring him here, please, and quickly. Yes, your lordship. I thought there was... Wait. I thought there was an extra guy there, wasn't there? Is that our cue to step away, Arios? Did I walk past him? Oh, man, I suspected that. That'd be for the best. It would only get in the way of the examination. I disagree. Please stay. Until we know the details, we cannot say for sure that we won't need your help. How is he? He ain't looking too hot. He's gonna be cold if this keeps up. I gave him a thorough checkup, but while this definitely falls under the umbrella of internal medicine, the cause eludes me. If we could just get a proper diagnosis, we could just prescribe a suitable treatment. This is a race against time. We may be able to find the answer, but the question is whether we can do it fast enough. His condition is that critical. What should we do? Pardon me, may I interject? Do you have a suggestion, your lordship? This has been my gut feeling from the outset, Salient. But I think these symptoms may be indicative of Riboten poison. Interesting. Riboten poisoning. To my knowledge, there's never been a documented case in Crossbell State. Still, you may be right. What's Riboten poisoning? This is the first time I've heard of it. It's a rare condition caused by poisonous mushrooms that can only be found in the furthest reaches of the continent. The toxin itself is notoriously difficult to detect through conventional methods. However, the symptoms here are a perfect match, are they not? Yes, you're right. The simplest explanation would be that he ingested something transported from abroad. And there's a doc stamp of approval. Oh, damn, Prince Albert, you nailed that one right on the head. Please, it was nothing. More importantly, now is not the time to relax. Salem, does the hospital have the necessary drugs to treat Riboten poisoning? No, and I just ran out of the requisite materials. If we only had them, I could easily synthesize a serum. Then we're back at square one. If that's the case, I would like to request the aid of Arios, as well as the ladies and gentlemen of the SSS. I ask that you help find the ingredients needed to make that serum. Will you accept? Of course, your lordship. You could never decline a request when an innocent man's life is on the line. There's just one thing. Sadly, what ingredients do we need to find? Allow me to explain. The antidote for Riboten poisoning has two key components. One is a medicinal herb known as antiglass. I believe you'll find it in the Mines Mountains. The other is a fungus referred to as the almond mushroom. You can likely find it in the nearby wooded areas. Oh, that's right. Come to think of it, I've seen both of them down in the TGF survival trading zone. Arios, if you don't mind, I would like for you to head towards the mountains and retrieve our antiglass. I trust you be the most suited to handle yourself as an A-rank bracer, even in the event the search takes you off the beaten path. Understood. As for the almond mushroom, I will go search for it myself, and I'd like the SSS to accompany me. Yourself? Are you asking us to be your escorts, your lordship? I am, and with good reason. Almond mushrooms grow in habitats that are home to a host of other fungi, all of which are similar in size and shape. That makes them difficult to identify. You will need a trained eye like mine to help you locate the correct variety. The reasoning is solid. Having an expert come along would save us both time and trouble. Are you sure you're all right with us taking over Arius's role as your bodyguards, though? Yeah, those are some pretty big shoes to fill. I must admit that I'm not entirely come toward the idea myself. Nonsense. Our top priority is the health of the patient. If we're to procure an antidote as quickly as possible, this is the only way. You yourself have had nothing but good things to say about the Special Support Section's abilities, isn't that right? There's no cause for worry, my friend. I'll be certain to act with the utmost caution. And if you're truly so concerned, that's all the more reason to retrieve the antiglass and return as quickly as you can. Fine. Have it your way. I'll be leaving for the Mines Mountains now. Don't let his lordship out of your sight, SSS. You can count on us, Arios. Be sure to keep him safe. Let's be off to the woodlands on Ursula Road, shall we? Salen, Lytton, if you could prepare for the synthesization process while you monitor the patient's condition. I'm way ahead of you, Al. Best of luck out there, SSS. And so, Lloyd and the others formally accepted Prince Albert's urgent request. Parting ways with Arios, they took the Grand Prince's limousine to the woods off of Ursula Road to search for the Alma Mushroom. Riboten Remedy has started. We will proceed on foot from this point on. Remain here and await our return. Yes, your lordship. Please be careful. That goes for all of us. These woods have a ton of monsters creeping and crawling around. You're right. We're going to have to be doubly alert to protect his lordship. I can tell you're all more than qualified for the job. As I explained earlier, many of the fungi here bear a striking resemblance to the alma mushroom we wish to find. I'll be able to differentiate between them, so don't be afraid to point out any mushrooms you come across. Understood. We'll trust in your judgment on this one, your lordship. Shall we be off then? If I may interrupt, the limousine is also furnished with first aid supplies. Return here if you should ever require treatment and I'll patch you right up. Got it. Thanks in advance. Let's try our best not to get too banged up on this foraging trip. Prince Albert joined the party as a request. If he's KO'd in battle, it'll be a game over. Extra DP if he doesn't get hit or anything. Limousine is furnished with first aid supplies for emergency usage. I do not need them at the moment, no. I'm just wondering which way we go. So this is the to Stargazer's Tower route. The question is, where do we need to go? Oh. Found a mushroom. What about this one, your lordship? No, I'm afraid that isn't an alma mushroom. Maybe we'll have better luck checking a different area. Oh, we've actually got to go places and look for mushrooms and then check them manually. Okay. Now we understand what we're doing. I don't need earthworms anymore, I feel. Hey, Grand Prince, how about this one here? No, that's not it. What we need to find is an alma mushroom. Let's search elsewhere then. Is it obviously different coloured? I have a feeling it'd be up here. Is this an alma mushroom, your lordship? Let me see, unfortunately not. Though remarkably similar as a different species. No one said this would be easy, I suppose. Let's look someplace else. Let's escape you. Dodge you. Thankfully you're all bloomin' slow. The banana nun's a bit faster though. Is this the mushroom we're looking for, your lordship? Sadly no, I can tell that much from its appearance alone. Back to the search, I guess. I see we're going with the formula of it's the furthest one in. The usual game formula, after all. Look at this one, your lordship. Is it a match? No, I regret to inform this is not in fact an alma mushroom. You're killing me. How hard can it be to find one stupid little fungus? All the way at the Stargazer's Tower or this area right here, you know? This was fated. Yep. Found a mushroom. What about this one, your lordship? Aha, our search is over. I can guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt that this is an alma mushroom. Really? Thank the goddess, we finally found one. Let's hurry and harvest it. Perfect, now that patient can receive the treatment he needs. Oh no. Would you look at all these monsters? We must have wandered into their turf. My word. Stay back, your lordship, we can handle this. Here they come. Oh my god, I don't have any... Oh shoot, I don't even have any... They all get attacked first. And I don't have any... I can't take these crits. To do an S-craft because I've got no stuff. Why is Randy in the group again? Get out, Randy! Alright, well, a lot of these guys should be vulnerable to... I didn't have it. Strength down can only help. Oh! Raging spin with suction power, right? You have war cry. Ha! Get him! That's most of our opponents. Where are you going? No, not with your stinky stink. Oh, sticky stink, actually. Good running away, sir. Man knows how to navigate a battlefield. Phew, we pulled through. Are you alright, your lordship? Yes, I'm still in one piece, thanks to you. That's a relief. Why did so many of them attack us all at once anyhow? The alma mushroom and its lookalikes in the vicinity are all known to be part of those monsters' diets. My most educated guess is that they were simply responding to a perceived attack on their feeding grounds. That would explain it. In any case, what's important is that we can help that patient now. Well said, I imagine Arios should also be finished with his end of things as well. Let us make our way back to the hospital. Afterward, Lloyd and the others returned to St. Ursula with Prince Albert. The alma mushroom, alongside the antiglass Arios had procured, was then delivered to Dr. Salent, who proceeded to synthesize the antidote. I brought those mushrooms home with me as souvenirs. They were delicious, but I can't believe they were poisonous the whole time. How can I be so careless? Their exquisite flavor is precisely what makes those mushrooms so dangerous. I'd advise you to skip the strange fungi next time you're looking for souvenirs abroad. Though your life is no longer at risk, we'll need to keep you hospitalized for a while to monitor your progress. I understand. Wouldn't want there to be any nasty after effects, right? Thank you again, doctors. I thought I was a goner back there. If you want to thank anyone, it should be Arios, the SSS, and Prince Albert. They're the ones who found the ingredients for the medicine that saved your life. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, everyone. I wouldn't be here if not for you. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'll be saved, or to have my life saved by Prince Albert of Remiferia. It's incredible. Please, you give me too much credit. I merely confirmed the SSS here found the correct mushroom for the antidote. All the recognition should go to them and Arios for their bravery in the field. You're too modest, your lordship. If memory serves, you and Dr. Salin earn your medical licenses at the same time. And though your life led to statecraft, I would say your skill and experience in medicine are no less than that of a doctor on the front lines. Wait, you're telling me the Grand Prince went to med school? I almost want to say it'd be strange if he didn't, seeing as Remiferia is the continent's leading nation in healthcare. I'm merely the studious sort, is all. I had the privilege of observing a few of Salin's surgeries when she was still in Remiferia. The knowledge I gained from those days just happened to come in handy. I hardly deserve any acclaim for that. If anything, I was only sticking myself in where I didn't belong, an inconvenience at best. It was the cooperation between the hospital staff, Arios, and the SSS that saved the patient's life. I should be thankful I was here to witness this as part of my inspection. Oh wow, you need to learn to take a compliment every now and then. Anyhow, speaking of that inspection, don't you think it's time to wrap it up? After all, you have a trade conference tomorrow to prepare for. Am I wrong? Ah, that eager to get me out the door, are you, Salem? However, you do have a point. I suppose it's time for me to say my goodbyes for now. Arios, may I ask you to escort me back to the state guest house? Yes, of course. We'll be leaving now, SSS. I advise you don't let your guard down between now and the end of the trade conference. We won't, Arios. We're ready for whatever tomorrow has in store for us. Thanks for all your help today, too. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you the best of luck with your duties. Rest assured that you'll have one more fan in that conference room. Thank you, your lordship. We won't let you down. Riboten remedy is complete. It's rare to see a case of Riboten poisoning in Crossbell, as the mushroom it originates from only grows abroad. I was racking my brain for the answer, but Al spotted it right away. He's always been very knowledgeable about these things. I guess I owe him one this time. Still, he is Remiferia's head of state. He should be expected to handle at least this much. Al's diagnosis of Riboten poisoning was spot on. Just goes to show how knowledgeable he is. He should be expected to handle this much, sure. Medicine we mix is starting to take effect and his condition is stabilizing. He should be fine for the time being. That aside, isn't this lordship's medical knowledge impressive? Truth be told, it makes me want to study up more. I brought those mushrooms home with me as souvenirs. They were delicious, not to mention poisonous as it turns out. I can't believe I was so careless. I'm gonna have to watch what I eat next time I go on vacation. If it's not sold in a sealed package, I wouldn't even take a bite. It's fine, it's a sealed package of poison. Lovely. Yeah, I thought he was new. I ran past and I was like, I don't think he was there before, but I was like, let's just go in there and, oh. Seemed that was the case, didn't it? I believe his lordship has left by now. Oh, that Ursuline, I have enough stones in my shoe without her. Seems Chief Ursuline did manage to make it in time to meet the Grand Prince. Oh, she just pulled another all-nighter. I shouldn't be surprised she slept through the inspection entirely. Never stood a chance. I believe Prince Albert has returned to the city by now. I hear you all did a wonderful job escorting his lordship on their request. Excellent work. We'll take it from here looking after the patient until he's discharged. I think I was personally found by Prince Albert of Remiferia. Oh, yours dialogue's the same. Okay. There isn't a lot of dialogue change, it's just a couple of people's dialogues that have changed. The one's kind of closest to it all by the look of it. Yep. Does seem to be the case, doesn't it? Let's check Shizuku. Nope. I mean, she doesn't necessarily know what happened. What went on. I'm sure I switched you out, but whatever. Okay. Your dialogue will have changed now. Prince Albert's limousine left a bit ago. Man, was I tense though. Thank goodness I managed to squeak out a proper goodbye. So now the question is, if nothing really has changed... Save again. Now what? Do I go to the meeting? I don't know anywhere else that I should visit. Can't think of anything else where anything would have been happening. I can't even tell Sergei what went down, which is the weirdest thing to me, if you know what I mean. Hey, Sergei. We just helped went with a head of sail into a forest to find a mushroom to cure some guy. Very confusing. Okay then. But everything else around is the same. I wouldn't even know where to necessarily look for anything changing to happen. I mean, I know Shin's still out after all. Our reporters are all busy doing reporty things. I think we go then. I heard you guys and Arios helped save a patient's life this afternoon. Nice job, boys and girls. From the sound of it, even the Grand Prince was impressed with you. A little bit of dialogue change for you. Arios is not at St. Ursula Medical College anymore. Let's go then. So we need to go... Station Street. I mean, you're still there. No one seems to be new here. I'll do an extra sweep, I think, in between the week. If I've missed anything, I'll report back to you, but still. There's still some time until evening. We'd be a bit early, but should we head inside and wait anyway? I've done everything by the look of it. Well, we're a bit on the early side, but is everyone all right with heading in? Sure. I don't know if I'm ready for this. The Arseille, Libelle's high-speed cruiser. It's just as grand as they say it is. It's the world's fastest airship. ZCF garnered a lot of attention thanks to their work on it. It outperforms the competition time and time again and continues to break its own records to this day. So that's what Libelle sent her in on. Nothing but the very best for Her Highness, huh? Princess Claudia is her name, right? She must be one classy gal. Well, technically she's more than just a princess. She's the crown princess. In other words, she's first in line to inherit the throne to the kingdom of Libelle. Oh, damn. So how likely is it that a big shot like her actually made the time to meet us in person? It's hard to say for sure. I could get in touch with Belle. She would know the particulars of Her Highness's schedule. Actually, something tells me you're not going to need her insight. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support Section, we appreciate your patience. Oh my god, don't fangirl, girls. Girls, don't fangirls. No way. It's her. Ah, you're the chick the girls here kept raving about. Forgive me, I assume you were present at the unveiling ceremony as well. Where are my manners? I'm Senior Captain Julia Schwartz of the Liberian Royal Army's Royal Guard. By the order of Her Highness, Princess Claudia, I am here to escort you aboard the Arseille. Please, follow me. Oh my god. Been a while since we've been in this. Oh yeah. The Arseille. It's even more beautiful up close. While it is the pride of a kingdom, the white wings of Libelle, as they say. I can't believe we're really going to meet the Crown Princess. And we're being escorted by Senior Captain Schwartz too in the flesh. Just try to calm down, Noelle. Well, I wouldn't mind accompanying you to ask her for an autograph afterward. Good idea. Remind me to get one for Fran too. I don't think I've ever seen these girls get so pumped. By the way, I've heard the rumors of your accomplishments. It's quite impressive, especially given how young you all are. You were the ones who resolved the crisis that occurred a few months ago, correct? In a way, we're still learning on the job. The SSS would have never been able to solve that case if it weren't for all the support our allies gave us. Oh, my apologies. Your words simply reminded me of what a young associate of mine once said. Welcome aboard the flagship cruiser of the Liberian Royal Army, the Arseille. Please understand that as a precaution, all wireless communication has been restricted while upon the ship. If you have any objections, speak freely and we will be happy to accommodate you. We'll be fine, thanks. Wow, a real state-of-the-art high-speed cruiser. Well, everyone, shall we board? Oh, man. Communications. Hello? This is the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. Ah, is that you, Kia? Oh, Tio, you finally called back. Yes, though without any video feedback this time around. Is no one else home right now? Yeah, the chief just left a little while ago. It's only me and Zeit here right now. Woof. I see. I tried calling Lloyd and the others on their Enigmas, but I wasn't able to get through. Hence why I called the SSS building's main line. Oh, okay. Lloyd and them got invited somewhere by a White Falcon, so they're out doing that. A White Falcon? Yeah, his name is Sieg, and he talks just like Zeit. I seem to be missing out on a lot. Attention, apologies for delay. Passengers bound from the Mondstadt. Now, I have to go now. I'll contact you again later, Kia. Please give my regards to the others. Okay, talk to you later. Woof. Hey, I'm back. Oh, Chief. You should have come home a minute sooner. You just missed Tio on the phone. Oh, yeah, she called. What'd she have to say? Well... Pardon me, Your Highness. I brought the special support section, per your request. Please show them in. After you. Right. Thank you very much. Ah. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Claudia von Auslies, Crown Princess of the Kingdom of Lebel. I apologize for having called all of you here so suddenly. Scree! Not at all. It's a pleasure to meet you too. I'm Lloyd Bannings of the CPD Special Support Section. And I'm Ellie McDowell. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. The honor is mine. I've been told quite a bit about you, Ellie. It's so good to finally meet in person. You've heard of me? Yes, I had the privilege of conversing with your grandfather, Speaker McDowell, earlier today. Maribel Croyce and I have gotten acquainted several times as well. Is it true that you spent time studying in Lebel? Yes, for about 3 months. I regret that we didn't meet sooner. No, the fault lies with me. How do you do, Princess? Name's Randy Orlando. Noel Seeker, it's an honor to be in your presence. Wazi Hemisphere, I'm delighted to meet one so beautiful as yourself, Your Royal Highness. It's lovely to meet all of you as well. Please make yourselves comfortable. Actually, there is someone else I would like to introduce you to. Unfortunately, he seems to be running a bit late. Never fear, for I am here. That sound. I've heard that loop before. No way. And here he comes now. What? It's those guys from the support request. Oh, have you already met? I suppose we have. Well, isn't this a surprise? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My deepest apologies for earlier today. And you as well, Princess Claudia. I hope you can forgive our tardiness. This idiot was off sticking his nose into any trouble he could find. I'd expect no less. Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Prince Oliver Rize Arnor, representing Emperor Eugene III of the Erebonian Empire. However, my true identity is that of the unparalleled, unprecedented wandering bard Olivier Lenheim. The pleasure is all yours. Oh, hell no. You're pulling my leg. I'm sorry to say he speaks the truth, unfortunately for all of us. As for me, I am Major Mulavander of the Imperial Army's 7th Armored Division. The two of us are also here at the behest of Crown Princess Claudia. It's good to formally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of the SSS. Ah, I see. So, Estelle and Joshua were the ones who told you about us. To think you were fighting side by side only a year ago. I didn't realize you all were so close. Hot damn, who knew these two had so many royal contacts in their pocket? Yes, and now that we're all caught up, we can cast aside all those pesky formalities. We alongside Estelle and Joshua were the valiant team that stood against the dangers of the infamous Liberal incident. Just as all of you stood with them during that crisis in Crossbell a few months ago. Why, Aedios herself must have ordained that we two would become the very best of friends someday. I think you might be exaggerating a little. Honestly, we're humbled just to have the opportunity to meet you. Oh, there's no need for that. You should be at ease with us. While it is true I summoned you all here to seek your advice, it wasn't my only reason. I was also looking forward to simply getting to know you. Your Highness. Whoa, I'm touched. Wow, I don't even know what to say. What I've heard, Estelle and Joshua have greatly valued their time in Crossbell. Why, you even have a lovely little theme park down south. Perhaps I could stay an additional month. You don't have any additional months. All your duties have the next half year booked up. Oh, come, dear Muller. Can't a man daydream just a little? Frivolity aside, we have a basic understanding of what it is the SSS does here in Crossbell. As such, there are several things we'd like to confide in you about. So we're finally getting down to business, huh? Would it happen to have anything to do with the trade conference? Correct. Ah! So this system you're using was one made by the Epstein Foundation. Yes, the Foundation was responsible for the design and installation of the Arseille's data processing system. If you could please take a look at this. That's His Excellency, Imperial Chancellor Gilead Osborne, otherwise known as the Blood and Iron Chancellor. I won't bore you by speaking ill of a man you've never met. However, there is something I would like to make you all keenly aware of. Right now, at this very moment, the troubled waters of civil war are brewing in Erebonia. What? They are! That is the grim reality. And at the heart of it is the reformist faction, led by the Chancellor. They seek to create a new centralized authoritarian government. Opposing them is the noble faction, led by the Empire's most prestigious houses. Together they strive to maintain the status quo. The actions of these two groups are sending the Empire tumbling toward an unavoidable conflict. The reformists versus the nobles. I'd heard of the political strife in the Empire, but I had no idea things had gotten so dire. If I may ask, are we to presume that your Highness's position in this conflict is neutral then? Not quite, rather I seek to open a third path. Though I do find it places me between the proverbial hammer and anvil, each faction sees me as a fly on the wall worth swatting. It's hard to disagree. But if tensions between the sides have gotten to the point where civil war is looming on the horizon, then that makes the trade conference the perfect opportunity to strike. Oh no! Now I see where this is going. It's as you fear. We believe the noble faction's leader, Duke Cayenne, has taken action. He likely plans to send a terrorist force to Crossbell, one whose sights are set on taking Chancellor Osborne's life at the conference. Not assassins, but terrorists! The Chancellor has incurred the wrath of far more than just a noble faction. Numerous victims of his oppression both in and outside the country have joined forces as a terrorist organization, and the evidence suggests that the noble faction has been the one funding them. So that's what's up. They're looking to bury their greatest political threat without dirtying their own hands. But if they succeeded, wouldn't that be problematic outside of the Empire too? Problematic doesn't begin to cover it. It'd be a disaster for Crossbell. Can you imagine the political ramifications we'd face if the Imperial Chancellor were assassinated at our own trade conference? Sorry about that. Don't be. You're absolutely right. At the very least, the Empire would impose unthinkable reparations on Crossbell for having failed to protect his Chancellor. Ironic, seeing as the ones responsible for his death would be Erebonians themselves. I can't believe this. It would be awful, but not unexpected. It's characteristic of diplomacy, if anything. You can say that again. Well, that's not all. A similar conflict is written on the walls of the Republic of Calvert as well. What? Is that true? Julia, if you would, please. Yes. Republican government's representative, President Samuel Rocksmith. Someone hold a grudge against him too. Not against him specifically, but more so against Calvert's long history as the melting pot of Western Zemuria. Its acceptance of various cultures from across the continent is the main contributor to their diversity, as well as their particular brand of political strife. Xenophobia, to be specific. That's terrible. As I'm sure you're aware, Calvert has always accepted immigrants from the East. When the country democratized, the flow of expatriates into the country increased and the Eastern Quarter was founded. Naturally, there have always been Calvardians who stand opposed to the Republic's immigration policies. You mean the anti-immigration faction, correct? I hear their movement has been gaining more and more traction in recent times. Does that mean radical nationalists are targeting the president? Indeed it does, and like the Erebonian terrorists, they seem to be just as well funded. I recently received intel that the nationalists have supplied a Calvardian terrorist organization with arms. Said terrorists are now mobilizing. That ain't good. I think we have the gist of things now. But I have to ask, why confide in the SSS about something so far-reaching? Wouldn't it be more appropriate to contact the Crossbell government directly? Even if they wanted to, some of this information couldn't be disclosed to a foreign government. Isn't that right? Huh? It's just as Ellie says. Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith are both shrewd men. They're undoubtedly well aware of the forces that are targeting their lives. Despite that, they've chosen to keep it from the Crossbell government. We don't know what would motivate the two of them to remain quiet about the situation. However, given their decisions, we're in no position to leak confidential state affairs of either government directly to Crossbell. And though I am a member of the Imperial family, I am forbidden from interfering with the policies of our government to begin with. My hands tied, I suggested to the Crown Princess that she call you here. So that's why. In other words, everything we talked about this evening has been strictly off the record. It's been a friendly chat over tea, you could say. No formal discussion has taken place tonight in the least. Of course, we could hardly stop you from spreading any unsubstantiated rumors, if you so choose. Ah, I see. We'll take that to heart. Man, you guys are a real couple of wildcards. Rather wily for a prim and proper princess, aren't you? Wazzy, you're talking to royalty. Show some respect. Oh, that's quite alright. There's no denying that the situation in Crossbell is growing more unstable by the day. So in order to try and improve things where we could, we thought it necessary to bend the rules a touch. Running counter to us, however, is a thorn in our side. Two thorns, in fact, each one revising the script from behind the scenes. And that called for making use of our dear Estelle's connections. Thorns? I believe you've already met them. Lector Arundel and Kilika Ruren. Yes, we have. That must be the reason the Crossbell government doesn't know any of this. Precisely, they're manipulating the flow of information. In Miss Ruren's case, she was once a receptionist for the Bracer Guild. Her insight is so keen that it borders on clairvoyance. Controlling information is simple for an emissary as talented as her. Yeah, that lines up with what we heard about her from the guild too. She's been an ally up to now, but she'd be as scary as she is pretty if we had to go up against her. As for Lector Arundel, his full career history and background are unknown, but one thing is for certain. He belongs to a group known as the Ironbloods. Ironbloods? What is it with Erebonians and their love of iron? Let me guess, they report directly to the Blood and Iron Chancellor, don't they? Yes, they're hand-picked proteges, groomed by the Chancellor to be more precise. They're each frighteningly competent, though at the same time quite different from one another. A noble faction has without a doubt been keeping a close watch on them. The Ironbloods. You already considered Lecter dangerous enough as a member of their intelligence division. As if that weren't enough, we've also Heiaway and the Red Constellation's presence in Crossbell to consider. Each has ties to their respective major powers' government, so I wouldn't expect either to target the trade conference. That being said, we've detected suspicious activity within each group since our arrival. Perhaps the five of you would know something about that. We do. Fair's fair. We'll fill you on everything we know about that at the moment. Lord and the others outline the recent actions of the Red Constellation and Heiaway. That helps paint a clearer picture. Yes, my concern for the most part lies with this so-called assassin, Yin. At the very least, I don't think you have to worry about him targeting the Chancellor or myself. This also corroborates with what I know of the Red Constellation. They're dreadfully belligerent, even for Jaeger Corps. I can't imagine they'd want to target me either. Where I refuse escort and protection must make me as fun as fishing in a barrel to them. Maybe, maybe not. If anything, I think having the Major tag along will make a few of them come out to play. I can see him wanting to pick a fight for fun. Please, I'm only a single soldier. I couldn't entertain a few and hope to win. But regardless, the best we can do for the time being is prepare for the worst. I must agree. Thank you, everyone. Your appraisal has been much appreciated. We will make certain to prepare accordingly on our end as well. But please, you don't need to thank us. The pleasure was all ours. The information you provided us has been invaluable. Yes, we couldn't be more grateful. Here's to a beautiful new partnership special support section. And to commemorate the occasion, I think this calls for hitting up Crossbell's famous nightlife. You can show your thanks by showing me around. What do you say, Randy? Wazi? I take it you know just the right places. Oh, now you're speaking my language. Sure, I could take you to a few of my favorite spots. Then it's decided, my dear Mueller. Cancel my dinner plans and have... Not on your life, you simpleton. Don't forget, you're expected to attend the Arseille performance with the rest of the dignitaries. I suppose you're right. Well, I did want to see Arseille for myself at least once in my life. Don't worry, I think you'll still have a good time. That's right, it'll be a show to remember, I'm sure. I've been rather looking forward to it myself. In the meantime, we will get in touch with you should we run into any new developments. And next time I'll be sure to do so directly, rather than relying on Zeke's services. Scree! Right, thank you. Yeah, warn a guy next time you want to stick a pile of claws and feathers at him.
The cutest claws and feathers?